Brethren, have you ever had that day which is, it started very ordinary, and yet it turned out to be into something that is unexpected? Now, this is what I want to share with you as a way of an introduction, because that's exactly what happened to me last week. Well, last week, brethren, I need to bring Caleb to the barber shop. Okay, so the barber shop in our place, in our house, it's very near. It's just about 50 to 100 meters away from us. But in order for us to reach that place, we need to cross the highway, the street. Okay, so there we were, just another day. After all, we are just going to get a haircut. What could happen, right? So we were there. Thankfully, there's a pedestrian lane for us to use. The highway is kind of busy at that time. Usually it's not, but that time, when we are about to cross, it's kind of busy. So there were a lot of vehicles. We are just waiting for the vehicles to stop because we are standing in the pedestrian lane. And so finally, there's one big truck. It's not really big, but it's kind of big. It's really not that big, okay? But it's just average. It's kind of big. So because it's kind of busy at that time, there were a lot of vehicles behind it. And so it stopped. So we have to cross the street. And so we were there, and halfway, we are about to move. Suddenly, a speeding motorcycle was heading towards us. And because of the big truck and the long line, they didn't see us. And we are on the blind spot. So by the time I was about to move in the halfway, I look into my left and I could see he was really speeding up. And there's no sign it's slowing down. So because we are in the blind spot, he was also shocked. Our eyes met. You know that the thing that would happen when you're about to get into an accident, everything slows down. I really could just imagine. I really remember that everything seems to slow down. So our eyes met, and he sped right through in front of us, and we are just literally about 1 to 2 feet away from an accident. So that made me, that really shocked me, and I was really, my heart was racing, and I was really shocked. And the first thing that came into my mind was to chase after the motorcycle driver. And I was so shocked that the only thing that came out from my mouth is "Huy!" That's the only thing, and everyone heard it because there's a talipapa, a market behind me. So a lot of people was looking at us, and that's the only thing that I said. I said, and then we returned, and I was looking at the motorcycle driver, and I was thinking that he should stop, because at that time I was really angry. To tell you honestly, if that driver stopped, I might have punched him in the face, because in my mind, we were in the pedestrian lane, and Caleb was with me. If we were struck, it would have been a very big problem for us. But the driver did not stop, and so I was left there with anger bottled up inside me, because I really want to punch him. That's my initial reaction, because I was shocked and angry, and I really want to chase the driver, but he did not stop. And so we continued. We went to the barber shop, and then that's when I texted, I chat my wife. I sent a chat message, and I said we were almost got into an accident. We just went on with the haircut. And so that situation actually made me think. All right, it's a story or an experience that it's one of those experiences that would make you look back what really happened and make you think or make you realize that there are things that you need to learn. Okay? So in this afternoon, brethren, this experience has actually taught me a few lessons, and these lessons are the things that I want to share with you today. Okay, I actually have 3 lessons to share with you. I entitled this message as "The Day We Almost Got Into an Accident." Okay, so let's go to lesson number 1. Okay, lesson number 1 is a crisis exposes what is in your heart. Okay, it exposes what's in your heart. You see, brethren, it's easy to appear calm, patient, spiritual when everything is going well, right? It's easy when everything are going according to your plan. It's easy to become, oh, okay, yes, very calm. Look at this person; he's very patient. But the real test comes during moments of crisis. Okay, in that moment when the motorcycle almost got us, my first response was anger. It was not calmness. Oh, okay, sige, pass ka lang. It wasn't patience. It was anger. As in, that's the first time that I felt that I really want to punch someone in the face. That's my natural response at that time. And reminds me that this crisis reveals what's inside in my heart. Notice what Yeshua said in Luke 6 verse 45. 6:45 says, "For out of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaks." You see, sometimes you would see the real character of a person when the pressure is on, right? When things are not going your way, that's when you would see the real character of a person. Character is something that is exposed during the crisis. It's easy to think we are patient until someone provokes us, right? It's easy to think that we are peaceful until something threatens us. Trials have a way of exposing our true spiritual condition. What happened with me on that day made me think I really have a long way to go. Marami pa akong dapat improve. And that taught me that there's a lot of work to do when it comes to developing godly character. And I would say that the same is true with any of us. When push comes to shove, that's when we really know what we are inside. Okay? Because, a faith that is not tested yet is actually just theoretical. Right? It's just theory. Oh, I believe in Yeshua. I love God. I want to serve Him. But when your faith is tested, that's exactly when you are going to learn how strong or how weak your faith is. All right. So crisis will not just develop your faith; it also exposes what your faith is. All right. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2. This is very important, especially right now. We need to constantly pray for God's protection. Okay? We need to constantly pray for God's protection. You see, brethren, when we left our house during that morning, we did not expect anything would happen to us. We did not expect that something dangerous would about to happen. After all, we are just doing something that we always do. Just get a haircut. Something ordinary, mundane. But that day, that situation reminded me something that's very important. And I want you to really take note of this. If possible, lean forward to really get this point. Okay? This is a very important thing. Life can change in a second. Do you agree, brethren? Life can change in a second. You really know, just a mere second could change your life. Just imagine, brethren, if we were just one step earlier during that time. If I didn't look to the left, kung dire-diretso lang, we just walk straight. If Caleb walked ahead of me, just like what he does sometimes, that he would go ahead of me, what if those things happened during that time, brethren? that day could have ended up very differently. Right? Do you agree, brethren? Instead of us sitting in a barber shop, we could have been in the hospital during that day. Okay, Viel might have been waiting for us. Oh, nasaan na ba yun sila? She didn't know that we are in the hospital or we have been rushed into the, kasi malapit lang 911 dun eh. So the ambulance is just right there. So it could have ended differently or worse. Di natin alam. It could be a very serious injury. The reality, brethren, is that we may do our best to be safe, okay? But there are just things that are just beyond our control. We might be doing our best to be safe using the pedestrian lane, but the actions of others, that motorcycle driver who has been recklessly driving, could have affected us, not just himself. So, this reminds us, brethren, it's very important for us to ask for God's protection. In Psalm 121, 7 verse 8, we read, Psalm 121, 7 to 8, Yahweh shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. Yahweh shall preserve you, your going out and your coming in, especially when going out your house and coming back from this time forth and even forevermore. So, brethren, if you want divine protection, you need to ask for it from God. You might be always praying for guidance, for blessings, for success, but we should never forget to pray for God's protection. You see, brethren, for me personally, it's very frightening to go on with my life without God's protection. Mahirap na. A lot of people would get into an accident the moment they just walk out of their house. Kahit nga sa bahay lang. Some people sleep and they were not able to wake up. So you could see, brethren, especially right now that this world is in chaos, we really need to ask for Yahweh's protection. And finally, brethren, lesson number 3. This is very important, and this is something that I really need to work on. Gratitude should be our first response. Now, like what I mentioned to you, brethren, when the near accident happened, my first reaction was anger. And honestly, that's just a human response. But you know what, brethren? Later that time, when we reached the barber shop and it's time for Caleb to get a haircut, and you know, barbershop, they have a lot of mirrors, right? There's a mirror there in the front, in the side. So I was waiting for Caleb there. I normally stand up for when Caleb's getting his haircut because sometimes he moves. So I was standing there and I look into the mirror and I saw myself. My face was really stressed out and I could still feel my heart beating. Sa galit ba? Look at this face. It's so ugly. And he really needs to calm down kasi I was really angry at the time, and that's when I realized that I should be thankful. You know why? Because I was saved from the accident. Can you just imagine, brethren, if we got into that accident, I was injured, Caleb was injured, we were brought to the hospital. Probably we would be paying expensive medical bills, months or weeks of recovery. Grabe. The only thing that separates us from the accident, from not being an accident, was just a few feet and just a few seconds. A few seconds earlier, we could have been in a different situation right now. Probably right now, I'm asking for prayer requests. So you could see here, brethren, that instead of focusing on the things that could really make you mad or those things, we should be thankful because things could have been worse. Things would have been different at this time. In 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 18, we read, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Yeshua for you." So you can see, brethren, that gratitude should not be only thing that happen when life is perfect, when life is comfortable, when you are successful. Gratitude should be a response in everything that happens to us, even that accident, that near accident during that day. So brethren, I just shared with you 3 lessons from what I experienced that time. What started as a simple walk to the barbershop became a powerful reminder of several spiritual truths. But sometimes, brethren, every day we go through ordinary moments, walking, driving, working, traveling. But those ordinary moments, brethren, remind us how fragile life really is. So, brethren, every time that you safely return home, every time you sleep and you wake up in the morning, every time every time you have protected by God, every time you have avoided danger, every time you could still feel your heartbeat, whether it's beating fast or very slow, we need to be reminded what a great blessing it is to live under the care, protection of Yahweh.